Hello. Hi. How is it going today? Welcome. Thanks for watching the replay. This is a good one. Great topic. Had someone ask me, what is a grant? Can you actually send me a grant application? They want to know what it looks like. And I said, sure, I can send you over a topic. So I had send you over a sample application. So I actually had another topic I was going to talk about today, but I decided to talk about what is a grant, what an application looks like. So we'll just talk about some things and look at a real grant application for those who want to see what one looks like. Hello, thank you all for joining. Hi, how are you today? How is everyone doing so far? We're Friday, we made it to the end of the week. How are things going? Um, we're continuing our journey. Today is day 5 of how to start your grant writing business. Good, I'm so glad to hear. I'm doing excellent as well. I'm doing superb. So we're on day 5 of how to start your grant writing business, and I generally was talking to individuals who had about 2 to 5 years experience, 2 to 3 years experience writing grants. And today I made a shift. I had someone ask me, what is a grant and what an application looks like? So I'm going to share one with you in just a moment. So yesterday we talked about get experience, how to get experience in other industries. Like if you generally write, you've been writing for like a food pantry and you want to get experience in other industries, go watch yesterday's live where I talked about ways that I expanded my experience and knowledge over these last few years. Now I've written grants in like housing, food, mental health, education. I wrote a grant about like parenting classes. And we had to report out on that grant, and one of the feedbacks from one of the parenting class, the mother, her son told the lady that was teaching the class, she said, thank you for helping my mom become a better mom. And I mean, that's the whole point of why we're here. So of course we were so excited to and thrilled to hear that feedback, and we put that in our grant report. So I mean, I've written applications on a lot of things. One day I think I'm going to write it down and just list out everything that I've ever written an application on, a topic on, programs and services. In just a short amount of time, I've been writing. I have been doing my full time business full time since 2015, and started in about 2013. Yeah, it sounds good, right? I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to share that one day and go through all the topics, so people can know other fields that they can potentially get experience in the industry. So thank you all for joining. I've been sharing tips on how to start your grant writing business for those that have been in the grant world for as little as short as a couple of years, and you've been writing grants. You've been the main grant writer at your agency, and you're just been, consulting or starting your own grant writing business has piqued your interest. So I've been doing a 50 days to starting your grant writing business. We're on day 5, and today we're just going to talk about what is a grant, what a grant looks like for those who are in completely different industries and just want to know more about the um, what a grantee is, what a grant looks like, what a proposal looks like, what an application looks like. So I put together like a short little clip and I just uploaded it to YouTube, and I'll share that with you all shortly. So again, yesterday we talked about getting experience in multiple industries. That was day 4. Today is day 5. We're continuing on our journeys, how to start a grant writing business in 50 days. Um, and today we'll talk about what is a grant. And I've been sending out daily emails on each of the topics, talking about what, of course, we talked about today, what we talked about yesterday, and what we'll be talking about on the next day. So also make sure you sign up for that. The link is in my bio. It's junefirstfirm.com. And I've also been sending out other resources, tips on how to start your grant writing business, how to do it the right way. I don't want you to do like I did and just fumbling and just figuring out, because that was a headache. So I want you to start it out the right way. I made the mistakes, so you don't have to. Sound like an infomercial. So yeah, um, I would admonish you to check out the other um, videos that I did day 1 through day 4, and see if there's anything in there that was helpful for you or great or useful. And if so, please let me know. Shoot me an email, Deronda@junefirstfirm.com. Join our email list at junefirstfirm.com. My information is in the bio, so all you have to do is click on it, drop in your email, and you're on the list, and you'll get these emails while we're doing this campaign daily. So I'm going to turn the camera around and share with you a simple grant application. Hope y'all can see this.
So, the United Way is helping nonprofits in the metro Atlanta get relief for those affected by COVID. So, one of the priority areas you have to be applying for housing, food security, mental health, or education. So, let's just do education. We are accepting application in the below priority area under education. You got to make sure you fit that. So, you want to say yes. We will address one or more of those priority areas. And then you got to answer some more organizational questions. Are you a 501c3? Do you have a fiscal sponsor? Put in your tax ID, your organization name, your primary organization address, your CEO. This has been in a lot of grant applications. Now they want to know your CEO's race, African American, male, female, all that stuff. And then your C-level people, they want to know how many are, what percentage of them are Black, Latino, and Pacific Islander, Hispanic. So that's been a lot of applications over the last year. That's kind of new. But organizations are really, really focusing on diversity. Don't spin your wheels if you have all white people, white leaders, I wouldn't let that deter you to be you're not going to get the grant. But that's just something that you need to be thinking about now, and I think they're putting that in there in the application so you can think about hey, we need to diversify our high level positions. Again, they even ask about board of directors, how many of them are Black, white. So you input your main contact, additional contacts, and then here's the request information. What county are you in Georgia that your nonprofit serve? What county in our region that will be served by this request is the question. And then what percentage of them are Black, what percentage of them are Hispanic, what percentage of them are female, male. Then they're going to ask for your financial information. What's the total funding need for your COVID-19 response in the next 90 days? And how much funding are you requesting? These are just empty fields. You can enter the amount. We're requesting $5,000. What is the total funding need for your COVID response in the next 90 days? $50,000, for instance. See, I'm just tabbing it. It puts the dollar signs and everything in. If you've already secured commitments or support for these efforts, who are the funders and how much has been committed? Please include whether your organization has been able to access or anticipate receiving any governmental funding as a result of your COVID-19 response and the details of that funding. This is your financial information. You're going to highlight we've received funding from such and such foundation for COVID grants, for COVID relief, and it was $5,000. Then you list the other famous foundation, like Make Believe Foundation gave us $5,000. Such and such foundation gave this many dollars. So many county grant gave us. You're just simply going to list that out. And they also want to know if you anticipate receiving any governmental funding as a response to COVID. If you have a government application pending, you tell them that we applied for this government application on this day. For this amount of money, we should hear back on this. Give them all the details. Then they want total revenues for your last fiscal year, total expenses for last fiscal year, total organization budgets for your current fiscal year, and then education. Because we selected education. Yeah, we selected education, right? So these are the questions for education. Direct response to the digital divide. How does this effort ensure access to devices and home connectivity for families, students supporting virtual learning? Please also describe how your partnering systems approach strengthened by community partnerships to address education inequality in your region. You got to answer that question in 3,500 maximum characters. Please note the character limit. Another question: provide access to safe care and supported learning for essential workers and those unable to work remotely. How does this effort support economically disadvantaged families with solutions that support families with essential workers, creating safe in-person learning model solutions, vulnerable students, and addressing systemic inequities that have been exacerbated during COVID? Please describe how you are partnering in a systems approach strengthened by community partnership to address education inequality in your region. Whenever you see the word system approach, I just want to hear how you are taking um, a wide lens, casting a wide net to address all the concerns. You're not just addressing like one thing. How you're not just focused on getting money. You're just not focused on giving low income people funds to buy groceries. You're also helping them to be able to work from home, giving the resources they need to have internet access and things like that. You're also addressing those that are essential workers, helping them if they need to get any type of health care or services. You're addressing the whole system. It's a whole systems approach. How your organization is taking a whole system approach. If you're like, oh, one organization can't do everything. Just address everything that you're doing. Basically, is what they're asking. Don't just talk about how you're just giving people money or gas cards or food cards or grocery cards. Talk about the whole entire process that you're doing and the process that you are going through and how you know what they need. And you want to talk about how you conducted surveys to clients, the feedback that you receive and how you're addressing that feedback. That's a whole systems approach. You're just not going off of, oh, this is what we think. And then the last questions provide resources that are standing in the gap to the current learning modules. How does this effort ensure access to high-quality learning opportunities and address learning loss for children of vulnerable families? Please also describe how you are partnering a system approach strengthened by community partnerships to address education inequality in your region. And this is honestly a very short, simple grant application. Because it's essentially just 3 questions that you're answering. 1, 2, and 3, and then the rest of it is just like your financial information, your organizational information, your board makeup, your staff makeup, your C-suite, senior level. That's it. That's in pretty much every grant. And then they just ask you 3 questions. So I mean, you could literally do this grant in a day if you, especially by now. It's September. COVID happened like back in March. You have all your COVID like grant language by now, and you have put together all that stuff. Of course, it's being updated. Stuff changes every day as we go along. But generally, you can knock this out probably in a couple of hours. But if you're brand new to applying for a grant and your organization that this is your first time really going after a grant, you're smaller or nonprofit, you probably have less than $2 million in revenue. Because I think this grant actually is targeted for organizations with less than $2 million. And this is like really your first grant. It's going to take you, of course, much more time putting together that information. But this is what I recommend people that are just getting started out apply for these type of United Way grants. And that's what it looks like.
All right. What do you think about that? For those who have not really seen a full grant application, what do you think about that? We talked about yesterday. I shared that United Way had released the COVID-19 response grant. So I just decided to pull up the application and show it to you. I actually shared this application in the email that I sent out. So just decided to share it with you live today for day 5. And I just want to double check something. I said that was all the questions, but then I saw it was a save and continue. So I was just wondering if there were more questions after that. That's what I'm looking up. But anybody have any questions? Anything that you saw that you would like more information about? Anything that you would like to know? Anything? Any questions? Any questions, concerns? So again, this one is a United Way grant for COVID relief, and it's targeted for organizations less than $2 million. So it's really helping your smaller nonprofits, especially to help them get support during COVID. Has everybody essentially has been affected, especially those that do a lot of programming in house. Okay, so that was all the questions. That's all I wanted to look at. Yeah, so yeah, that was just a sample. You see the type of questions that they ask. They kind of ask like 3, 4 questions within a question, and then you have the character limits. Generally, we take the application online and just put it in a Word document and edit it and do our draft in there, and then have others like review it or edit it and provide feedback, and take, of course, the information from the Word document and place it in the online application and submit it, of course, before the deadline, of course. And I think that one is actually due next Friday, October the 9th or the 8th, whenever Friday is. So they give you a few days to get it done so that you can put your hat in the ring to get some funding assistance with COVID grants. So day 5, we're just continuing on our journey, how to start your grant writing business, tips and resources. For more information, to get more details outside of just these daily training videos, I've been sharing other resources and tips every day. If you would like to get more information, please sign up at junefirstfirm.com. You can select the link in my bio and drop in your email, and you'll join the list to get information and tips and resources on how to start your grant writing business. Any question that you have, once I send a message, you can just shoot me an email, or also my email's in my bio as well. You can send me a message, ask me any questions that you may have. I've been sending the emails out in the morning. I'm going to start sending them out at night, just to better be more accommodating for target audience who generally works 9 to 5. So of course, when you get up in the morning, the first thing you do is you get on your work email. So I'm going to send them in the evening. So at night, before you go to bed, you can just take a look at the information that you may be interested in. So any other questions? I hope that short demo was helpful for you. Again, I just want to show the United Way COVID-19 emergency relief grant to you in real time. Again, it's online. You can just view it. Just type in Google United Way COVID-19 relief funds. Also, check out my bio. You can just click on that link as well, junefirstfirm.com, and get grants, tips, and resources on how to start your grant writing business. Because I actually sent out the link earlier today for the actual United Way grant, so that you would have it. You can take a look at it for yourself. Any questions you have, send me an email, and I'll be happy to jump back on tomorrow, where we'll be talking about, let's be honest, grant writing can be boring. How to break up the monotony. So just some things that I've incorporated in my business, in my career, that things that have helped me, and hopefully this information can help you as well. So I hope that this daily tips has been useful, and it's something that you can incorporate, and hopefully see some results. If you have, and if you are able to, please let me know. Please share. I'm on IG, I'm on Twitter, and of Periscope, of course. So just, you can send me a message on either of those platforms, and of course, you can shoot me an email and just join our list for daily resources, daily tips on how to start your grant writing business. Continuing on our journey, tomorrow will be day 6. So we're getting on up there. So we're on our way to day 50 with starting your grant writing business. Again, doing this while you're at your 9 to 5, not concerning yourself with how to make money and how to get clients, or what if you don't have clients and things like that, not having the income coming in. You're going to keep your 9 to 5. I'm giving you tips and resources on how to do this while at your 9 to 5, how to get your first client, how to make an additional $1,000 a month on top of your W-2. So hopefully this information is helpful, and we'll continue on tomorrow for day 6, and I will chat with you then. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.